Antonio and old Shylock both stand forth.
Is thou named Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impurgin, you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
So he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful?
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth at the gentle rain from heaven, upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It is blessed him that gives him what takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch, better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above the sceptred ways. It is in troth that the heart of kings, it is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power doth then show like to God's, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, thou justice by thy plea. Consider this, that in the course of justice none of this should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that some prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which is thou follow. This strict court of Venice must need give sentences against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, I here tender it for him in the court. Yeah, twice the same. If that will not suffice, I will be bound to pay to 10 times o'er. On forfeit, on of my hands, my head, my heart. If this will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth, and I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority, to do great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. 'Twill be recorded for precedent, and many an error, by the sample example, will rush into the state. It cannot be.
A Daniel come to judgment, a Daniel, O wise young judge, how do I honor thee?
I pray you let me look upon the bond.
Here it is, young reverend doctor, here it is.
Shylock, there's thrice thy times the money offered thee.
An oath, I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit, and lawfully by the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off. Nearest thy merchant's heart, be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the tenor, it doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your exposition hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul I swear there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond.
Death. Most heartily I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then, thus it is, you must prepare your bosom for his knife.
O noble judge, O excellent young man.
For the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty. Watch here, appeareth due upon the bond.
'Tis very true. O wise and upright judge, how much more elder art thou than thy looks.
Therefore lay bare your bosom.
So says the bond, doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart. Those are the very words.
It is so. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death.
It is so nominated in the bond.
It is not so expressed. By what of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. It is not in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you, for herein fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. It is still her use, to let the wretched man outlive his wealth, to view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age to poverty, from which lingering penance of such misery doth she cut me off. Commend me to your honorable wife. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Say how I love you. Speak me fair in death. And when the tale is told, bid her be judge. Whatever Bassanio had not once a love, repeat, but you that you shall lose your friend. Represent, and he repents not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut but keep deep enough, I'll pay instantly with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife, which is dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above my life. I would lose all, I sacrifice them all. Here to this devil to deliver you.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that, if she were by you to hear the offer.
I have a wife who I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this currish Jew.
'Tis well you offered behind her back. The wish make else in unquiet house.
These be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? We trifle time. I pray thee pursue sentence.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most learned judge, a sentence prepare.
Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thou thy pound of flesh. But in the cutting, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the laws of Venice confiscate unto the state of Venice.
O upright judge, marked Jew, O learned judge. Is that the law?
Thyself shalt see the act. For, as thou urgest justice, be assured, thou shalt have justice more than thou dost desire.
O learned judge, marked Jew, O learned judge. I take this offer then, pay the bond thrice, and let the Christian go.
Here's the money.
Soft, the Jew shall have all justice. Soft, no haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty.
O Jew and upright judge, O learned judge.
Therefore prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood, nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. If thou takest more or less than a pound, be it, but be much more, as it makes it light or heavy in the substance, or the division of the 20th part. Of one poor scruple, nay, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscate.